And the other thing I just say to our viewers here, developers, dirty word in government, dirty word. They're not allowed to contribute to political parties, developers. Media outlets can, mining outfits can, retailers can. Government regards developer as a dirty word. They'll cross the street rather than talk to a developer. But look out your window. Without the developer, nothing gets built. And you've now got, Tom, the ACT government, which is useless with a capital U, saying to the developer, you can't build unless every appliance is electrical. Clover Moore says in Sydney, you can't build, or you can build, but you can't have car spaces, only bike racks, because we don't believe in cars. How the hell do you get stuff done?
Imagine being a tradie and being in that situation, Alan, where you're effectively being forced to live in the outer suburbs because simply there is no choice. If you are in a situation where you have kids that you want to take to school, where you want to run down the shops to do some shopping, but you're not allowed to have a car in your home. It is a real problem. The fact of the matter is you can have as many trams or metros as you like, but they don't take you everywhere where you need to go in life. And if you're a tradesman, which goes to a different person in a different workplace with a kit, with a truckload of tools out the back, it really is a nonsensical situation.
Brilliant comment. Brilliant comment. How powerful, because you're up to your neck in this stuff, how powerful is the not in my backyard influence?
Been very difficult, Alan, and it really started in the northern beaches and north shore of Sydney a long time ago to oppose Labor's, at that time it was called Part 3A developments. It was where the government used to make decisions where they were taken away from the local councils because the projects were so big that they felt that it was important from the state government's interest to have the state government do the assessment and the approval of those Part 3A projects. Now that was opposed way back in 2011, and little NIMBY or opposition groups were formed to oppose these Part 3A developments. You know, those Part 3A developments produced a lot of the good housing supply that got us through the post-GFC period and meant that we had some okay numbers leading up to about 2016-17. Ironically, those same groups that were set up to oppose Labor then became just twisted their focus ever so slightly, and they were the backers of the teal groups that now dominate the northern beaches of Sydney. So in some respects, a monster was created there in opposing local development, and that has gone on to now manifest itself in a parliamentary force that we have to battle with every day. So, Alan, the answer to your question is the NIMBY problem is a real problem, and it really is one of the reasons why the housing supply crisis has got to the extent that it has.
Yes, that's right, Sid. And take those three words, housing supply crisis. Just say to our viewers, it is really a crisis now in renting and getting houses, both of them. However, we're going to have now, so they say, the biggest two-year population surge in our history, with an extra 650,000 migrants this financial year and next. Then you've got the return of international students. And of course, business and government tend to love all this because it increases spending, more tax, greater demand for services and so on. But Tom, where do they live in a market short of houses and short of rental?
I'm afraid we're going to have to look at going up with some pretty high-rise, high-density development around train stations and anywhere where we can properly support that sort of increase. And even out in the suburbs, there's going to be an increased focus on apartment development. Maybe not as high as it will be close to major train lines and new metro lines, but nonetheless, there'll be a changing nature to the character of some of our suburbs. Goodness knows, some of those suburbs need to have a changing character. Others, it'll be a little bit more hard fought. But I think it's going to be evenly spread right across Sydney. And if it's not going to be, we just won't get there. We won't get the housing supply to meet the demand.